All right, greetings and grace. Let's rock it on out. You already know what it is. Today, we are talking about fools, money, and envy because it's real out here in these streets, man. Look, we're going to talk about it. You already know what it is. Thank you so much for being here. I pray you're well and excited and restored and ready to rock it on out. We are beginning in Ecclesiastes chapter 10 for today, starting at verse 1. As dead flies give perfume of bad smell, so little folly outweighs wisdom and honor. The heart of the wise inclines to the right, but the heart of the fool to the left. Even as fools walk along the road, they lack sense and show everyone how stupid they are. If a ruler's anger rises against you, do not leave your post. Calmness can lay great offenses to rest. There is an evil I have seen under the sun the sort of error that arises from a ruler. Fools are put in many high positions, while the rich occupy the low ones. I have seen slaves on horseback, while princes go on foot like slaves. Whoever digs a pit may fall into it. Whoever breaks through a wall may be bitten by a snake. Whoever quarries stones may be injured by them. Whoever splits logs may be endangered by them. If the axe is dull and its edge unsharpened, more strength is needed, but skill will bring success. If a snake, sorry, okay, verse 11. If a snake bites before it is charmed, the charmer receives no fee. Words from the mouth of the wise are gracious, but fools are consumed by their own lips. At the beginning, their words are folly, and at the end, they are wicked madness. And fools multiply words. No one knows what is coming. Who can tell? Excuse me, y'all. Y'all know I be eating. Jeez Louise. Oh no, I forgot to do my vocal warm-ups. That's my fault, y'all. No one knows what is coming. Who can tell someone else what will happen after them? The toil of fools wearies them. They do not know the way to town. Woe to the land whose king was a servant, and whose princes feast in the morning. Blessed is the land whose king is of noble birth, and whose princes eat at a proper time, for strength and not for drunkenness. Through laziness the rafters sag, because of idle hands the house leaks. A feast is made for laughter, wine makes life merry, and money is the answer for everything. Do not rival the king, even in your thoughts, or curse the rich in your bedroom, because a bird in the sky may carry your words, and a bird on the wing may report what you say. All right, so really, it's these last verses that I really want you guys to think about. We're talking about foolishness, money, and envy because man, they talked a lot. Solomon talked a lot about fools in this chapter, and it's true. Fools can be in high positions, fools can be in low positions, but you have to understand that you must not remove yourself in the wisdom that you have for a fool. You know that quote, what was it? Never argue with a stupid person, you'll never win. That's a really good one. That's a really, really, really good verse. Never argue with a stupid person because you'll always lose. They will win. They will always win. And so when you start to think about stuff like that, it's like, why give your time to it? Because you got to think about it like this: every moment counts. Yesterday we talked about making it count, making every moment in yourself count, every day count. But when you start to think about it like this, it's like, whoa, why give foolishness the time of day, especially when it can hurt what it is you're trying to build? And I'm saying that as someone who, when I was younger and immature, I was definitely on the foolish side. And now that I'm older and everything like that, I'm definitely, on the side of wisdom because I'm like, yeah, nah, we gotta leave all that stuff behind, gotta let all that stuff go, make some changes, change even my circle of friends, and make sure to incorporate the right people, keep the right people, and separate from some stuff that I need to separate from based upon principle and things like that. That happens. That's part of life, and while it's unfortunate, sometimes there just needs to be some sort of amount of separation for some time so that you can work on you, and that's okay too. So, right, fools. That's really what I really want to share about that. You want to be sure that you are not allowing fools to hinder what it is that God has called you to do. And yeah, it is true. A fool can be a king, a fool can be in high places. I mean, We saw The Office. If you watch the show, I know I reference the show a lot, but and we saw Game of Thrones. If you watch that show, I've referenced Game of Thrones a lot as well. Joffrey, total fool. The child was a fool and he was a king. You know what I'm saying? And Michael Scott, he was a fool too. They wrote like they did excellent in the roles that they played. And if you pay attention to those things, they both were in high positions, but they were still foolish in a lot of ways. Joffrey didn't really have much good sides to him, but Michael Scott, he definitely did. He was just at I guess at the right place, right time. He was great at sales and somehow he landed in, the branch manager position. But you want to start thinking about it like that. The next one I want you guys to start thinking about is how verse 19 it says money is the answer for everything. So this is important because we got to make sure that one, we're not in love with money, but we do need to understand the value of money, and that value is that it is a tool, and when you exercise tools correctly, you can answer everything. That's just what it is. That's the reality of the situation. There's no running away from it. There's no getting away from it. I mean, the moment you hit whatever age those bills start coming in, they will never stop. They they will never stop. It's ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? I'm not a fan of that. But I want you guys to start thinking about that because that's unfortunately, especially here in North America, that's how everything is set up. Money, the more money you have, the more power you have, more money, more problems. But if you know how to leverage it and use it correctly, it answers everything that you needed to answer. So, think about it like that. So get that money because tomorrow we're gonna have a lot of fun. There's some really great stuff in tomorrow's live that we're gonna be talking about. So I'm excited about that. And the last part, do not rival the king even in your thoughts, or curse the rich in your bedroom, because a bird in the sky may carry your words, and a bird on the wing may report what you say. That, whoo, that's powerful. Okay, so we're gonna go to dictionary.com. You already know. To assail with scornful or abusive language. Vituperate. Never heard of that before. To use scornful or abusive language. To use abusive or scornful language against someone or something. Let's look. I've never heard of this word. Okay, what is this? Vituperate. Okay, yep, I said it right. Or vituperate. To rebuke or criticize harshly or angrily. Berate. To use harshly critical or irate language. Rail. To berate or rail against abusively. Revile. Wow, that's powerful. Vituperate. I'm just gonna start using that. Don't I'm just gonna start using that wherever I can. But ooh, that's good. Okay, okay. Wait till you guys see how I'm gonna start using it. But I want you guys to think about this, right? You may not like somebody because they are wealthy, but guess what? You got to remember that the wealth of the wicked is laid up for the just, whomever they are. Like, shoot, look, there are people who do horrible stuff. I mean, horrible stuff. And guess what? If they were to offer you some money, I bet you take it. So you got to start thinking about it like that. And so you got to start thinking about preparing yourself and putting yourself in the right position to be able to get the baton passed to. Just because somebody created something, it doesn't mean that you can't come in later on and fix it. So think about it that way. Not only that, sitting there and vituperating people is wrong. You got to start thinking about it in a completely different way, because a lot of times the things that they do bad is highlighted or highlit, and versus the things that they do that's good. And just because some people do bad things, it doesn't mean they're not doing good things, and vice versa. So I just want to encourage you to start thinking about that differently, because guess what? This whole aspect is very powerful, where it says, because a bird in the sky may carry your words, and a bird on the wing may report what you say. They talking about people who gossiping. They talking about people who got agents, man. Look, you got to be careful. They talk about the, social media police that be out here. Because they be out here real heavy, y'all. So you got to be careful. I ain't saying walk on eggshells, walk in your truth and everything like that, but use wisdom, exercise wisdom with it, because you want to make sure that you're not vituperating, because that's wrong. You don't want to do that. I recall saying not too long ago, I'm definitely going for the 10x rich, and someone just went off on me. And I'm like, look, man, I pray you are blessed and restored and everything like that. That is your perception. And they were upset because they feel as though people who get wealthy or go for big numbers financially for whatever reason, right, that they're going to be horrible people. And my thing was, he never once asked me, why do you want to be wealthy? For me, it's not for me. My personal goals of being wealthy isn't for me, it's for others. It's because, hey, there's all these wealthy people in the world and they really don't care about the issues of the world. I actually care about the issues of the world. I don't need much, I don't want much, but I do want to achieve that wealth so that I can actually make a huge change before I leave this earth. And so that requires money because money is the answer for everything. So like the assumption, that everybody who wants to achieve wealth, is just doing it for selfish reasons is it's false. And you never know unless you actually ask, and so you got to think about things like that. And that's why, I try to tell people you got to know your why. And you also need to have giving goals because there are a lot of people out here that need your help. And that's ultimately what it's about. And so you got to ask yourself those questions. And you also got to make sure that you're not the person that's vituperating. Oh man, I'm about to use that all over. Okay, anyway, also don't get bad because, the wealthy out here are paying $800 in taxes. That is smart. Are you kidding me? It's a game. North America is a game. Learn how to play it. All right. Learn how to play Monopoly in real life. Learn the tax breaks. Connect with a CPA. Get serious about your business. Get serious about learning how to play the game and play it. Because guess what? Unless like 20, maybe 30 people, unless like 20 or 30 people get the information that they need to get, they get the money, the income and the economy behind them to actually change the laws and legislation, whatever, all of that stuff. You know what I'm saying? All the logistics on the side, on the outside of the system that actually create the system. Y'all know what it is that I'm saying? Like, see, look, right? I know what I know, and I know what I don't know. I don't know much about that situation, but let me tell you something. Unless you have the backing to change those laws, learn how to play the game so that you too can pay $800 in taxes. I mean, come on. I don't know about you, but look, I ain't hating on these wealthy guys. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, shoot, I need to learn how to think like them. I need to learn how to move and play like them and play the game and play hard. That's what it's about. So be encouraged. Thank you so much for tuning in. You guys are the bomb.com. Hey, stay safe and hey, stay away from envy. Don't be out here vituperating. Understand that money and is the answer to everything. Do not fall in love with money. And also, finally, don't be foolish. Be wisdom. Be wise. All right.